Good evening, one and all. Audible? Nowadays, the question audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening, one and all. Prayer. Divya?
Close your eyes. Hands in Namaskar Mudra. Just watch your breath. Inhale and exhale. Take a deep breath. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Chant Om. Exhale. Chant Om. Ayambakam yajamahe suhandin pushtivartanam urvarukamiva bandhana mrityormukshiyamamrutat Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Slowly rub your palms and keep it on your eyes and relax yourself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Once again, good evening, one and all. Dear participants, this lesson is very comprehensive. I will go a little faster as time is limit. PPT will be sent to all participants soon. Yesterday, one friend asked me a question regarding wrong food. Don't worry, Ayurveda medicine system and Siddha medicine system have said medicine for all kinds of food poisoning. Very simple medicine. You can prepare at home. Very, very simple. Mix a pinch of pepper powder with lemon juice and take twice a day. All kind of the food poisoning solved. Next, we go to today session, naturopathy. Naturopathy. Naturopathy is a simple and easy medicine system. Naturopathy medicine system which was followed since olden days by our ancestors. Naturopathy without any side effects. Only use natural energies and natural foods. This is naturopathy. This medicinal system, the 5 elements are considered as most important factors whose energies, power are used as medicine to cure diseases. Principles of naturopathy. First principle, all disease, their cause and their treatment are one. All forms of disease are due to a single cause. Accumulation of waste materials and bodily refuse in the system. All disease root cause is accumulation of toxin. This is main principle. Second, acute disease are our friends, is not enemy. For example, if we have fever, we should not consider it a disease. We have fever, should not consider it a disease. It is a information. It is an information or signal that the body tells us to rest. So all acute disease are our friends, not the enemies. Nature is greatest healer. Body has the capacity to prevent itself from disease and regain health. The role of naturopath is just to help the body in regaining back and fully developing its natural healing capacity. Nature is greatest healer. Nature is superpower medicinal specialist. Nature is multi-speciality doctor. No side effect. Next, naturopathy does not use medicine. According to naturopathy, food is medicine. Nature will treat physical, mental, social, and spiritual. All four aspects at the same time. Five elements. Naturopathy is fundamental rules, fundamental principle, particularly five elements energy. Yet, muscles, bone, nerve, skin in our body represents the element earth. When there is an imbalanced vibration in the element, it leads to disease. The imbalance in the body elements of earth is maintained by treating with mud or clay. Mud therapy cures the diseases when applied over the body parts. Water. It is called jalam. The function of blood, brain, kidneys, endocrine glands, lymphatic system is associated with the element of water, element water. When there is an imbalance in their function, it leads to disease. The imbalance due to the water element can be maintained by treating through hydrotherapy, steam bath, sun bath, etc. Air. Function of lungs, heart, blood flow, respiratory system is promoted by the element of air. When there is a vibration in the state of matter, then ailments like heart problem, asthma, wheezing, sinus, and constipation occurs. By promoting yogasanas, pranayama, relaxation practices, and breathing fresh air, ailments can be healed. Fire. Activities such as speaking, seeing, walking, jumping, hunger, digestion, heat produced in the body is encouraged by the element fire. All activities, it's help to fire. Next, sky. This element help in the harmonious functioning of all other elements. The space in the human body is stimulated by air. Its help in promoting the generation of electric power, magnetic power, electromagnetic power in the body. All powers generate this sky energy, and helps in the production of immunity in outward. The reduction in the sky energy results in the reduction of immunity. The effective treatment given for healing the ailments is by fasting or fasting therapy. Modalities of naturopathy or methods of naturopathy: hydrotherapy, jala chikicha; sun therapy, surya chikicha; mud therapy, prithvi chikicha; air therapy, vayu chikicha; fasting, ahaya chikicha; food therapy, ahara chikicha; ahaya chikicha, fasting, ahaya chikicha or aha chikicha; food therapy, ahara chikicha. Hydrotherapy. Hydrotherapy is a part of naturopathy that has been practiced since ancient times, in which water used to cure various ailments. Next slide, please. Types of hydrotherapy. Cold friction bath. It's a Dr. Louis Coude therapy method of wedding and friction methods. Benefits of cold friction bath: uniform blood flow in the nerves, body temperature is balanced, body pains are dismissed, kidneys become stronger. Okay, next slide. Foot bath. This therapy is provided mainly for back pain, headache, leg pain, such as heel pain and ankle pain. Next slide, please. Step 1. Fill the tub with either hot or cold water. Step 2. Immerse the feet completely inside the water. Make slight movements in the foot and the fingers and the toes. Duration of therapy should be around 10 to 20 minutes. This treatment take weekly pace. This is best treatment. Benefits: legs and the foot will get more blood flow. Body temperature will be balanced and maintained. The wastage in the foot are removed. Foot pain, ankle pain, and the joint pain are removed. Next, hip bath. This treatments given for the problems around the hip region in the body. Due to this therapy, the blood flow increases around the hip region and corrects the problems. Benefits of hip bath. Hip pain reduces. It's help to improve the function or operation of the kidneys. Digestive problems cured. Constipation will be rectified. Burn the fat in the belly. Purifies the blood and blood cells, blood and particularly toxins, blood toxins removed. Next, spinal bath. This therapy given for the back pains, neck pains, and low back pains in the body. Method: fill water in the spinal bathtub, and the patient should be lie down in the tub, and make sure the backside of the patient immersed in the water. The legs should be outside the tub, resting on a stool. Lie down in the tub for about 20 to 30 minutes. Take rest for about 10 to 15 minutes after the spinal bath. 20 minutes later, expose the body in a sunlight. 30 minutes of exercise. Benefits: vertebrae will become more stronger. Central nervous system gets more energy. Low back pain will be rectified. Brain cells will be activated. It cures hypertension. Insomnia issues will be cured. Next slide, please. Steam bath. Steam bath is a completely naturopathy procedure with no side effects. Steam bath uses steam as its medium of cleaning, which is one of the purest form of water. This is very simple and easy techniques. It cures so many problems. For example, sinus problem, breathing problem, lungs disorders, obesity. It's released stress and anxiety. This therapy is very effective therapy. Okay, next, sun therapy. Sun therapy is a natural way of healing different health problems. Sunlight helps to regulate melatonin production in the body, which is necessary to maintain in the body, which is maintain in the secretion rhythm of the body. Melatonin is an secretion rhythm. Melatonin is an essential hormone released by the pineal gland of our brain. Next slide. Sun bath. Types of sun bath. This is ordinary sun bath. This is simple sun bath. One second. This is simple sun bath, as the body has to be exposed in the natural sunlight for about 10 to 15 minutes. This provides energy, refreshments to the body, and the wastage in the skins are removed. Next. Weekly sun bath. This, one second. Okay. Weekly sun bath. This is proposed by Dr. Rickley from Switzerland, and it's a step-by-step process to be carried out of for few days. Yes, this system follows only Western countries. It's not India. First day expose only the food for about 5 minutes. The next day expose the food and the thighs for 5 minutes in the sunlight. Likewise, gradually the body should be exposed in the sunlight. This is weekly sunbath. Next, sunbath with wet cloth or banana leaves. The person should wear only very minimum cloth. The whole body wrapped in a blanket or and exposed in the sunlight. When it begins to sweat, the blanket should be removed and wet cloth should be wrapped. Banana leaves can also be used instead of a wet cloth. After the treatment, rest should be taken for about 30 minutes. Benefits of sunbath: removes the wastage in the body. The body absorbs vitamin D. Some of bacteria and virus will be destroyed. Immunity increases. Purification of blood. Breathing problems will be solved. Digestive problems will be rectified. Things to keep in mind during sunbath: never do sunbath in the in sun peak of the summer. Okay, next, mud therapy. Mud therapy is the process of using one of the natural elements of the universe for healing purpose. Next, benefits of types of mud therapy. Full mud bath is not full mud pack. Full mud bath. Please correct it. Chest mud pack, knee mud pack, spinal mud pack, abdomen mud pack, and face mud pack. Chest mud pack. This therapy is applying the mud pack in the chest region to cure the heart and breathing problems. Knee mud pack. This therapy is given in the knee region for the joint pain and foot pains cure. Spinal mud pack. For the problems such as back pain, shoulder pain, it's cure. Abdomen mud pack benefits urinary problems, ulcer problem, gastric problems, is cure. Face mud packs. Face mud pack cures sinus problem, asthmatic problem, wheezing problem, eye-related problem, headache, etc. Next, air therapy or Vayu Chikitsa. Next slide, please. Air or prana is a very important among the 5 elements, which is the vital energy for us to live. Air brings that vital energy to us. The blood in our body is purified, which in turn increases the immunity in our body simply by practicing pranayama and walking air bath. Benefits of air therapy: the body gets lot of vital energy. Blood is purified. The receiving capacity of the lungs increases. The toxin present in the skin are removed. Heart disorders will be rectified. Reduces stress and anxiety. Sufficient oxygen supply to the cell. Fasting therapy. We eat food every day at regular intervals, consistently. Due to this, all our body parts, including digestive system function, restless, restlessly without any break. So fasting is very, very important therapy. Langanam Parama Aushadam. Types of fasting. Next slide. Dry fasting, liquid fasting, partial fasting. Dry fasting. In this fasting method, for the whole day, any kind or from a food, including water, won't be given to the patient. This is very, very some difficulty technique. Uh, like liquid fasting. For the whole day, a person should drink only fresh fruit juice as food and nothing else. Next, partial fasting. In this fasting method, food or fruit juices can be given only once in the day. So you can start first, you take liquid fasting, second, partial fasting, last, dry fasting. Okay, next slide. Uh, okay, benefits of fasting. Okay. Wastage in the body are eliminated. Body organs acquire rest and relaxation. Blood cells are refreshed. Kidneys become stronger and energetic. Purification of blood and central nerve system. Strengthen central nerve system. The waste in the brain will be removed. Immunity of the body increases. Food therapy. The food we eat provide power and energy to our body and make it healthy. If we eat healthy and hygienic food, body reaches a healthy state and prevents the disease. Food is God. Our body acquires energy from the nutrients present in the food, namely carbohydrates, proteins, fat, vitamins, and minerals. When should we eat? Next slide. According to the law of natural medicine, we should eat food only when feeling hungry. Only then all the nutrients in the food will be digested and converted into energy. Sometimes it may not be possible to strictly follow this rule due to the type of our job, official work. But doctors insist that it is necessary to eat breakfast. Must eat fresh fruits, green vegetables, spinach, grains, limited nuts, food boiled in steam, dry fruits, sprouts, honey, coconut water, and herbal juices. Should avoid food. Non-veg, food with too much masala should be avoided. Excessive sour tasting food. packet food, junk food, dairy products, oily foods. It means excess oil, pickles, white sugar, food prepared with refined flour and refined oil, bakery foods, and soft drinks. Okay. Next, go to Varma Therapy. What is Varma Therapy? Varma Therapy is oldest medicine system, oldest therapy system in South India, particularly Tamil Nadu. Varma Therapy is one of the oldest medicine system and was the therapy given only to kings, only to kings and his family at that time. It is a therapy system that is kept very secret. All the kings of that time. Now, this Varma art, therefore, they were proud to add the word Varma to their name. For example, kings like Mahendra Varman, Nandi Varman, Narasimha Varman, Bala Varman, Meha Varman, all excelled in Varma therapy. Varma is particularly follow Tamil Nadu in olden days, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra, Karnataka. Later, this method of treatment spread to many countries of the world. One second, please. Okay. Later, this method of treatment spread to many countries of the world. For example, acupressure treatment is offered as Varma therapy. Acupressure techniques and Varma techniques is same. Okay, what is Varma? Varma is very simple. Energy flow, body spread, total body energies is very important. Some particular point, well, some particular reason energy is blocked. It's affect disease or pain. Now, particular point, you have particular point stimulate. This blockage is removed. Automatically problem solved. Okay, next slide, please. Okay. Answer system of medicine, defense in India, martial art. They originated along the coastal area, those who are having climbing the palm tree. Originally, origin from Tamil Nadu speaking peoples, Kanyakumari, Nellai, Kerala, in Tamil Nadu state. This is one of the branches in Siddha medicine system. Okay. Varmam literally means prana. Varma means prana. Other names of Varma, Vasi, Puravi, Kalam. This other names in Varma. Okay, we are go to practical session. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Before previous slide. This is Varma anatomy. This slide is next. Secret of body parts. Panja Varma Gugai. Varma therapy is called this region, particularly ribcage. Is called Panjavarna Gugai. Means specialized coded word. This word is specialized coded word. Panja means 5. Varna means color. This region, like these main organs, particularly 5 colors organs this region. The different color organs, the heart, liver, lungs, gallbladder, and spleen are located in this cage. To Salamalai. This word is very secret word, code word in Varma therapy. Salamalai means salivary gland. Jala means water, watery gland, watery parts, meaning watery parts, salivary glands. Puli Yerum Gugai. Puli means energy. Yerum means upward. Gugai means part. Mannai Naku. It is pancreas. Mannai Naku. Mannai means it means sweet organ. Okay. Kadigaram. Heart. Talaisoru. Brain. Tondai column. Column means small ball or piece. Tondai column. Thyroid gland. This is 5. Next slide. This is 5 different color. This region. Heart dark red. Lungs light pink. Liver brownish. Pancreas light tan. Gallbladder blue. Classification Varma. Padu Varma. There are 108 Varma points. Total Varma points 108. Padu Varma 12. Padu means speed. This point simulate problems quickly relieve. Problems relieves quickly. Todu Varma 96 points. Okay. Next slide. Okay. Varma points. Varma for emergency condition in children. Just go to slide change பண்ணுங்க. Next. Picture இருக்குங்க. Next. Any emergency can please. Now, Nathan, please on video. Visible, sir?
1 second. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. This point is very, very important point. It is called clear the column. Any emergency condition, reactivate this point. Immediately, problem solved. Fine. For example, unconscious person, epilepsy person, and severe headache, migraine, eye-related problem, sinus problem, shoulder pain, neck pain, all problems, this only 1 point cure. Applying method, using index finger. This region, slight mild rotation. 30 to 40 seconds. You follow? Oh, 3 to 5 minutes. Next time, clockwise. Automatically, this problem solved. Next, Kondai Kolli Varnam. This region, top of the head. This point. Applied mild rotation. Automatically, all problems to head region is solved. Next slide. Next point. Okay. Slide went to the left. Slide up the cut. Okay. Headache points. This is Nakshatra column on the background. You can apply lateral movement. Poigai column. This region. Sunamba column. Use 4 fingers. Fix this area. Slightly movement. Headache problem solved. Okay, next. Respiratory problems. Any respiratory problems? This is Vilangu column. Okay. Use 2 fingers. Mild shape. This region. Automatically problem solved. Okay. Kumbh column. This is very, very important point. Diaphragm region. Fix this position. Let's see. Okay, we have apply weekly twice or thrice. Totally respiratory disorders cure. Eye related problems. This is Kannadi column. Applying method, up and downward. Chilarla Kalam, Purva Varmam, fixed index finger, or second method, rotation, only clockwise. Next, Sokkana means Siddha massaging technique. Next, physiotherapy. Physiotherapy, also referred as uh, physical therapy, involves evaluating, diagnosing, and treating the range of diseases, disorders, and disabilities using physical means. Practicing by physiotherapists or physical therapists. Physiotherapy is considered within the realm the conventional medicine. Through the physiotherapy is typically practiced by physical therapists. Certain tasks may be delegated to trained assistants or other types of health professionals. Methods of physiotherapy: short wave, microwave therapy, cervical lumbar traction, wax baths, and laser treatment. Next, exercise therapy. Okay. Exercise therapy to restore normal muscular function or to reduce the pain caused by disease or injury. The regimen or plan of physical activities digested in prescribed for specific therapeutic goals. Okay, next. Cryotherapy. Cryotherapy, sometimes known as cold therapy, is the local or general use of low temperature in the medical therapy. Cryotherapy may be used to treat a variety of tissue lesions. Cryotherapy is used an effort to relieve muscle pain. Okay, next. Acupressure. Sorry, acupuncture. Acupuncture is an ancient Chinese medicine based approach to treating a variety of conditions by triggering specific points on the skin with needles. Acupuncture is a mainly invasive method to reach areas of the skin surface in the order to influence the tissues, gland, organs to various functions of the body. Okay. Acupressure. Acupuncture and acupressure philosophy is same, but techniques is different. Traditional medicinal therapy describes special acupoints or acupressure points that lie along meridians or channels in the human body. These are the same energy meridians and acupoints as those targeted with acupuncture. It is believed that through these invisible channels flows vital energy or a life force called chi. Okay, next slide. Chromotherapy or color therapy. Chromotherapy is the science that uses the color to modify or to keep the vibrations of the body in a frequency that result in health, welfare, and harmony. Each color relates to one of the 7 main chakras. Color. Okay, next slide, please. Magnetic therapy. A magnetic therapy system of treating diseases using a magnetism and magnets. There is a reference in Atharvana Veda starting magnets were used in treating in various human ailments. Okay. In this modern era, the principles of magnets are used in various therapeutic and diagnostic procedures. It is also based on natural laws and principle as it represent element earth, one of the Pancha Mahabodha. Okay, next slide, please. Pranic healing. Pranic healing is an energy, no touch healing system based on the fundamental principles that the body has the innate ability to heal itself. It is 3 steps process that substantially isolate the body innate ability and heal at levels physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Fundamental principles and pranic healing. Principles of cells recording. Principles of life force. Pranic healing corrects imbalance in the body, energy, field in transfers life force to the patient. Okay, next please. Music therapy. Music therapy is a treatment of disease with organized music or ragas. It has scientifically proven that when a song or sloga resisted or heard, vibrations are created in the cells of the body, and this energy cures diseases. Music does not discriminate with language and country. Only sound, only vibration to whole world. Music therapy base suram. It is fundamental sound, fundamental vibration. Is whole university. Sari kama pada ni sa sa ni ta pa ma ka ri sa. This is bass vibration. No language, no country, a whole universal sound. This where this suras change A B C D E F D S, same from same vibration. Next, Apple, orange, mango, tomato. Same vibration. Chicken, mutton, fish, and prawn fry. Same vibration. Yoha mudra kriya bandha. One particular vibration, it activates some particular organs. This is science. You follow mantra chanting, it's cure so many diseases. Some ragas cures so many diseases. For example, Ananda Bhairavi Raga, Kalyani Raga. Kalyani Raga is very, very effective raga. For example, it's medically proved. This ragas cures hypertension. Kalyani Raga and Ananda Bhairavi Raga cure hypertension and stress, anxiety. For example, Janani, Janani, Jagami, Agami, Jagatarini, Paripuranini. This is Kalyani Raga. It's cure blood pressure, stress, and anxiety. Ananda Bhairavi. This raga is very, very effective raga. It cures particularly heart blockage and ulcer problem and digestive problem. Sivaranjani, mood elevated raga and peaceful raga and divine raga. For example, குறையொன்று இல்லை மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா குறை ஒன்றும் இல்லை கண்ணா குறை ஒன்றும் இல்லை கோவிந்தா. This raga is gives more peace. Next, Riti Gaula is very, very effective raga. It cures cancer. It's help to cure cancer and heart blockage and nerves disorders, impotence. So many disease cure. This raga is called Roga Nivarti Raga. This raga is Sagarigama Gari Sagarigama Gari Sagarigama Nitama Gama Padanisa. This is Riti Gaula. Okay, thank you. Thank you, one and all. I thank to our beloved HOD sir, Dr. Elagavan sir, giving me this opportunity. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, sir.
Good evening to one and all. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday we have seen the basic concepts of research. Research is an endeavor to discover intellectual and practical answers to the problems through scientific methods. That is the meaning of research. The aim of research is to find out the truth which is hidden and which hasn't been discovered as yet. That is truth. To find out the ultimate purpose Then we have seen of research, nature of research, scope of research, how it is useful to yoga. And also we have seen the types of research. And in the type of research, we have seen in different purposes, it will be calculated. For example, generally, research can be divided into fundamental research or basic research or pure research, and applied research, action research. This is in one angle, we divide research into three aspects. Fundamental research is to gain knowledge for the sake of knowledge. It is the base for all other two. Without this fundamental research, we can't go ahead of doing applied research. Applied research is the research that gives solution, immediate solution to the universe, to a problem. And action research, it is very classroom setting, very small, and the results you obtained from action research won't be applicable to the whole universe. Only in the particular area or particular site like that and all, it will be useful. And in another angle, we divide the types of researches into observational research, descriptive research, explanatory or OR, experimental research, and predictive research. So observation means just we have to observe, notice, perceive, that's all. Descriptive is more theoretical. Descriptive can be divided into two, that is survey and case study. And explanatory research or explaining research, that is experimental research. That is more scientific, authoritative, authentic at this present situation. And predictive, what will happen in future, that is predictive research. So in that way also we can divide the categories, the types. And there are so many other terms that we are using the types, that is qualitative research and quantitative research. Qualitative research means it is mainly theoretical, the concepts and that type of research, experiences and concepts, that's all. And the quantitative is more related to statistical treatment. And in another angle, we used to tell analytical research, why this is happening, how it is happening. Analytical, we have to analyze. Then conclusive research. Conclusive research means reaching conclusions. That's we have to understand. And another type is casual research. Casual research means behavior of the businessman or behavior of the consumer, like that and all. Then comes correlational research. Correlation means we have to find out the relationship between two variables. Then clinical trials. Clinical trials related to healthcare diseases, anatomy, physiology, like that and all. It comes under clinical trial. So these are all some of the other types, minor types of researches that we have to understand. At the outset, you have to keep it in your mind: fundamental, applied, action, observational, descriptive, experimental, and predictive. These are all the things that you should not forget. And in another way, we have to categorize the research like a quasi-experimental design, longitudinal design. So like that, there are some other categories also there. But what I told yesterday, that please you keep it in your mind. And very particularly, we have seen the important concept is locating the topic, locating the problem, and selecting the problem. It is very, very essential for the beginner, those who have joined at PhD, first of all, or whether they are doing a small project, that is thesis. There is a difference between thesis and dissertation. If you do it in a small way, that will be known as thesis, that is applicable to PG degree, MSc, MA, like that and all. If you do PhD, that will come under dissertation because it is a larger concept. So in that way, you have to keep it in your mind. As soon as you joined a PhD, you will have the first doubt how to select, how to locate a topic, problem. You should know, you should understand the difference between location and selection. Often you will get, many will get confusion in these two areas. For suppose if I want to buy a saree in Chennai, if you are coming from other states and coming and landing in Chennai, and you want to buy a saree to please your wife or your sister like that, mother like that, you have to locate. You have to locate where the sarees will be available, where the topics will be available. And selection means when you land at Chennai, many will guide you. If you go to Paris Corner, you will get sarees. You go to T Nagar, you will get sarees. Like that, they will give locations. Now, if you, after finding out the location, after finding out a particular name of the shop, textile shop, now you have to select the saree. Which type of saree? Whether it is for 10,000 or 50,000 or 1 lakh, or whether you want to buy Kanjipuram saree like that and all, Chungudi like that and all, you have to select. So selection is different, location is different. That you please keep it in your mind. Then comes the research proposal. It is very, very important concept when you go for further progress in research. So what do you mean by proposal? Proposal is an important step in the research process. Main step, basic step, and also it is a formal plan. It is a blueprint. It is a program chart. It is a brief writing. It consists of a series of steps. And it is an essential initial draft. Thus, you have to keep it in your mind. For example, if you want to get PhD degree, when you submit your dissertation, the dissertation should be around 250 pages minimum. But here, you are going to propose that I am going to do the research in this area. You are giving proposal. The proposal is very miniature in nature. That is around 9 to 11 pages you have to type and you have to hand over. So proposal is the initial part. After deciding your topic, you have to submit your proposal. That means, in general, as soon as you have joined a PhD program, the first doctoral committee meeting will be held. In that, you have to decide your topic. What is the topic? Then after that, in another doctoral committee meeting or research advisory committee meeting, you will tell about your topic, variables, etc. After getting concurrence from the doctoral committee or research advisory committee meeting, you have to prepare the proposal. How to, this also not only helpful for PhD or MSc Yoga, MSc Yoga Therapy or MA Yoga, like that and all. There also you have to give proposal. You have to submit your proposal to the university. I am going to do this topic, like that. So that is initial approval given by the university. So proposal is a must. Why I am telling it is a must? If you do proposal, then around 60% of your work will be completed. It is very easy to go ahead of your program of doing remaining research works, including submission of the dissertation. So in that way, it is very essential. It will be around 9 to 11 pages. And another important point of this preparing proposal in the university or college, it is also essential to get funding, seed money, like that. If you submit proposal, they will give money. You can do research, like that and all. So for that also, getting funds from many organizations, including government or non-government, this proposal will be helpful to you. So that's why it is very, very essential. And those who are aspiring for PhD or doing PhD, you should know this very important. That's why I am telling you give more attention to this class. If it is a proposal, what should be in that proposal? These are all the topics I have given. Topic you have to mention. In these headings you have to be incorporated into your proposal. Topic should be there, introduction should be there, objectives of the study should be there, statement of the problem should be there, hypothesis, significance of the problem, delimitations, limitations, meaning and definition of the terms, review of related literature, methodology, time schedule, references, everything should be in that 9 to 11 pages. So don't forget, because you can't change what I am giving this order, you can't change as you like, because it is a scientific concept. You have to give as you like, as it is. So don't forget, and you can't give meaning and definition at the first. And you can't give introduction at the end. Like that and all, you can't change it. Interchanging is not possible here. So this is the order that you have to go ahead of giving your proposal. Let us see one by one what should be there in that proposal. First topic. Already I told you, topic should be, you have to get approval from the concerned persons. How the topic should be, you decided the topic. This should be my topic, like that and that. If it is so, you have, there are certain characteristics in this preparing topic also. The title should be clear. It should not be vague. It should be clear. Second point is, you should convey the nature and type of the research. As soon as they read your topic, immediately they have to come to the conclusion whether it is descriptive or whether it is experimental, like that and that. Third point is, it should not be too short or too long. It should not be like a paragraph, or it should not be with one line, like that and that. And another important concept here is the proposal or topic, whatever might be, you should not use a or an or the. These you have to avoid. These articles you have to avoid. You should not start with a, or you should not start with an. or you should not start the effect of, an effect of, a effect of. It should not be like that. You should not use the first word as a or an or the. You have to avoid. I am giving one example here. This is the topic you can have. Effect of yoga therapy with and without sattvic diet on selected risk factors among college girls suffering with polycystic ovary syndrome. So this is a complete topic. As soon as you read this topic, you can find the starting is effect. The effect means definitely it will be an experimental study. For example, if it is descriptive, you have to start with influence of, analysis of, significance of, estimation of, contributions of. Like that, you have to start for descriptive research, qualitative research. Whereas here in experimental design, effect of, efficacy of, like that, if you start, immediately the known persons will understand that you are doing applied research, you are doing experimental research. So effect, you have to start. Effect of yoga therapy with and without sattvic diet. I am giving this topic, I am giving for PhD. For MSc, you take either this or that. That is effect yoga therapy or sattvic diet. One enough. This yoga therapy is known as an independent variable. Sattvic diet is an independent variable. It is a concept. Indeed, variable means it is a concern, concept. So we are having two independent variables here. If you do yoga, what will happen to PCOS? If you have sattvic diet, what will happen to the persons having polycystic ovary syndrome? Like that. So yoga therapy, if you apply, if you give treatment, if you give training, so in general, independent variables are known as training. So yoga therapy is one of the independent variables here. Sattvic diet, one of the independent variables. Because for PhD holders, you ought to take two independent variables. You can't have one. Because in our institutions, we are giving one independent variable means that we will give only for MSc students, PG students. So yoga therapy here is an independent variable, and sattvic diet, these two we are giving. To tell which type of research, what are all the independent variables, and on selected risk factors. Risk factors here, what we mean, dependent variables. For example, if we give yoga therapy to the PCOS patients, what will get affected? BMI, BP, blood sugar, TSH, T3, T4, hormonal things. So that kind of, if I give yoga, what will happen to that BP of the particular patient, BMI of that particular person? So the changing concept is known as independent variable. Changed concepts will be known as dependent variables. Here I didn't give dependent variables in another angle, that is risk factors. So here we are having design, independent variables and dependent variables, and finally college girls suffering with polycystic ovary syndrome. College girls here are known as controlled variables. You no need to have college girls. You can have adult women, middle-aged women, aged women, anything you can take. That is known as controlled variable. So at the outset, you have to keep it in your mind. Your topic should have the design, independent variable, dependent variable, and controlled variable. These 4 things you ought to have in your topic. Now, I think you could have understood. Next comes to, it should be in scientific language. In introduction itself, I told already, altogether you should have 9 to 11 pages, you know. In that 9 to 11 pages, 1.5 page should be having introduction. Introduction should have 1.5 pages. You have to write introduction. That is, that introduction, 1.5 page of the first will give the appearance that you are good in English. You are very superior in English language. Those who are reading your proposal should understand that you are excellent in writing English. So that kind of appearance you have to create. So in that 1.5 page, in that introduction, 2 important things you have to give. You have to justify why you have selected that particular topic. You have to justify. Then you have to tell its usefulness, how it is useful to the PCOS affected girls. Yoga therapy. You have to justify why you took yoga therapy, why you have taken sattvic diet. And now in introduction, you have to tell how yoga therapy and sattvic diet are much useful to PCOS college girls. So these areas should have 1.5 pages. These 2 things are to be added. It is a must. You should not think that this provides justification, provides usefulness. It is not introduction. You have to write introduction, isn't it? Then the next topic will be objectives of the study. Objectives of the study means goals of your work, goals of your dissertation, goals of your thesis, whatever might be. Whether you are doing for thesis or whether you are doing for this dissertation, these are very, very essential, this proposal. That's why I am telling. You have to tell the goals. What are all the goals? That are the dependent variables. If I give yoga therapy, what will happen to so and so, whether it is BP or blood sugar or triglycerides or BMI or TSH, whatever might be. So to find out the significant difference, finding significant difference on certain dependent variables are known as objectives of the study. Then comes statement of the problem. You have to mention in that statement of the at the maximum objectives of the study would be around at the maximum 15 lines. And regarding the statement of the problems also, it will come around 10 to 15 lines. You have to mention the purpose of the study, why you have taken the problem, why you have taken the topic, this topic, purpose, what is the purpose? And it should be real. This is the real thing. Suppose if you do in diabetics in India or the world, for example, 8 crore Indians are suffering with diabetics. So real thing is, if the 8 crore people are affected by diabetics, our productivity, we will be losing at national level. That is around 30 crore thousand rupees we are losing because of that diabetic patients. That is the reality. Then desired. You have to overcome the problem, overcome diabetics. So if I give yogic practices, if I give yoga therapy, if I utilize the sattvic diet, if I give sattvic diet, then what would be the desired outcome? It comes under statement of the problem. Then comes principle and practice. This is, if you give yogic practices, definitely they will get controlled in their diabetic nature. So these are all the statement of the problem. At the maximum 10 lines you have to give. Then comes the significance of the problem. The complete worthiness. For example, there is a difference between usefulness of the topic and the significance of the problem. Useful of the topic is, in that particular area, diabetic patients would be controlled. That is usefulness. But throughout the world, if your topic is appreciated, if your topic is helpful throughout the world, that would be, it's known as worthiness. So the significance of the problem should be the outer concepts. So introduction, topic should be there. Introduction you have to give, objectives of study you have to mention, statement of the problem you have to give, significance of the problem you have to give. Then the next topic, next heading will be hypothesis. What do you mean by hypothesis? It is a tentative guess. You have to, if I give yoga therapy, diabetics will be controlled. It is a tentative guess. You are still not started your research work. You are telling, if I give yogic practices, definitely the diabetic patients would get benefited. Like that you have to, it is a tentative guess. That is hypothesis. This is applicable only for mainly experimental study. For descriptive, you may give hypothesis or may not give hypothesis. So hypothesis is a must for experimental study. Yesterday I told you, it is very easy to do descriptive research, but descriptive research will be helpful only for a particular group of persons. Whereas if you do experimental study, the whole world will get benefited. That's why we are advising to go for experimental study. So the hypothesis in another angle, it can be known as tentative generalization, hunch, predictive statement, provisional formulation, assumption, intelligent guess, temporary statement, conjectural statement, like that. These are all some of the meanings of this hypothesis. So tentatively you have to give and you have to prove after that whether it is correct or not. So hypothesis is very essential here. Here I have given two hypotheses for the experimental study. I gave already the topic. I told effect of yoga therapy with and without sattvic diet on selected risk factors among college girls suffering with PCOS. That was the topic. That is, the topic means the first hypothesis should be there would be significant differences on selected physiological, endocrinal, pelvic. These are all examples I am giving. Pelvic, ultrasound and psychological variables among college girls. Here you can see physiological, endocrinal, ultrasound, psychological. You may have so many other things, radiological, hematological, like that and all you can give, biochemical, whatever might be you can give. So among college girls suffering with PCOS due to yoga therapy with and without sattvic diet, the very important word that you have to use is than the control group. Because here the topic, you may select 60 diabetic patients, 20 for yoga therapy and 20 for yoga therapy with sattvic diet, and another 20 for controlled group. Controlled group won't do yoga practices or sattvic diet. They will lead natural day-to-day life. Normal life they will lead. So first hypothesis, you have to prove that it is good than the control group. The second hypothesis is there should be significant differences on selected physiological, endocrinal, pelvic ultrasound and psychological variables among college girls suffering with PCOS between yoga therapy with Sattvic diet group and yoga therapy without Sattvic diet group. I told you, for this study, minimum you can have 3 groups. One is yoga therapy with Sattvic diet. Another one is yoga therapy without Sattvic diet. And third one is control group. So definitely you ought to give 2 types of hypothesis here. This is only example I am telling. Okay. Delimitations means boundaries of the study. Boundaries of the study. That is, you limit. Suppose if you are doing for PCOS, you can't do throughout the world. You can't do throughout the world. So you have to delimit yourself. The study would be confined to 45 PCOS affected college girls only. The age group of the subjects would be ranged from 18 to 24 years only. The study would be delimited to PCOS affected college girls residing in Chennai city only, Bangalore city only, Delhi city only, like that. The study would be delimited to following independent variables: yoga therapy with Sattvic diet, yoga therapy without Sattvic diet. They are known as independent variable. If you give yoga therapy, what will happen? That is the independent variable. What happened? That is dependent variable. The study would be limited with following dependent variables. This is example we are giving. You can have physiological variable, BMI, endocrinal variable, LH-FSH ratio, estrogen, prolactin, testosterone, whatever might be, pelvic ultrasound variable, ovary volume, and also psychological variable, stress. So these can be your dependent variables. These are all known as risk factors. So at the outset, here you are seeing, don't forget, delimitations means boundaries of the study. You have to tell, in this area, in this level, I am going to do like that. Here you can see, we end with only like that. It should be like that. Then you can see here 2 aspects. One is, we have given these delimitations based on variables and subjects. Subjects, you ought to mention about the nature of the subjects, nature of the variables. Now you can find here 2 things: 45 PCOS, 18 to 24 years, college girls residing in Chennai. These are all known as related to subjects, whereas independent and dependent variables are related to variables. So in delimitations, you ought to tell about variables and subjects. You should not add any more things in here in these delimitations. Next comes limitations. Limitation means surrounding forces, matters, not to be controlled. Example I am giving, climatic condition. We can't control climatic conditions. If it is a rainy season, we can't control we can't stop raining, Body structure, different body structure will be there. We can't control them. Fatigue will be there. Lifestyle habit will be there. Social economic status will be there. Medications, poor will be there. Rich will be there. Middle class people will be there. We can't differentiate. And medications, some they will take medicine, some they may not take medicine. Even taking medicines, they will use different type of medicine. So we can't control. Environmental conditions also we can't control. So these are all we can't control. So you have to, which are all the things you can't control, you have to bring it to this concept, limitations. Why I am telling, why I press these points here means, when you go for Viva OC, after submission of your after correction of your dissertation, in Viva OC, they will ask some questions. So in order to escape from that, right answers to the questions, everything which you have getting doubts should get into this area, that is limitations. Don't forget, certain concepts will be related. For example, location of the topic is different. Selection of topic will be different. Delimitations are different. Limitations are different. You should not get confused with these aspects. And next it comes meaning and definition of the terms. It should be short form, not from dictionary. You should not take dictionary. For example, obesity. You can't go and select the dictionary from the meaning of obesity. It should be written by someone. Might be Sivananda, like that and that. You can use. What do you mean by obesity? Like meaning should be only one. Definitions will be more. But anyhow, only one to whom, to which you have to give meaning and definition of the terms. What we call the controlled variables, you can give meaning. Independent variables, you have to give meaning. And dependent variables, you have to give meaning. What is the meaning of yoga therapy? What is the meaning of sattvic diet? What is the meaning of this PCOS? What is the meaning of this BMI? Like that, what are all you have taken independent variable, dependent variable, and controlled variable, who are all known as college girls. So like that, you have to give everything. It should be, again, it will be around 1 page to 1.5 page like that. So this introductory chapter is over. Introduction, introductory chapter, these are all the things it will come. Next, we are going for review of the related literature. Here you have to give 2 reviews. If you have taken effect of yoga therapy with and without sattvic diet on selected risk factors among college girls suffering with PCOS. You might not be the one to do first. They might have done so many on the same topic all over the world. So you have to defend your thesis, defend your dissertation. So you have to get the opinion from the researchers who had done already. Review of related literature means summary of the previous findings. You have to quote, so and so told like that. I am also telling like that. So like that, you have to give 2 reviews here. Here in the proposal, 2 enough. When you go for dissertation, it should be, for PhD, it should be around 80 references you have to give, reviews you have to give. For MSc and MA, you have to give 30 reviews. And it should be the latest one. 100 years back, what yesterday I told, NC Paul has given. He had done in the year 1850s. He told yoga is good for depression, good for sleep. Of course, that is also you can give, but latest you have to give. 80% you have to give the latest one. Latest reviews you have to give 80%. The remaining 20% you can give so many years back, what you have done, like that and all you can give. The synthesis of the reports on a given related topic. Studies on independent and dependent variables. So 5 years back, someone might have done on yoga therapy or sattvic diet. That reference you can quote here. What his finding was, you have to give. This review of related literature, mostly around 15 to 20 lines. That's all, one review. That one review should include, everything should be in concise state. Topic should be there, purpose should be there, hypothesis should be there, variable should be there, subject, design, training program, data, statistical technique, what he used, and conclusion. Everything should, you have to concise that 250 pages into 15 to 20 lines, one paragraph. Only 2 paragraphs you have to, 2 reviews you have to give. This is known as review of related literature. It is a must. 2 reviews you have to give. Then the important concept is methodology. As you know very well, meditation is the heart of yogic practices. Here, the methodology is the heart of the whole dissertation. Without methodology, we can't do anything. So it should be there. The methodology should be related to the objectives of the study. Objectives we have already seen, you know. What do you mean by objectives of the study? Finding goals. What are all your goals? That should be, your methodology should be related to your goals. What are all the points that you have to cover in that methodology? Selection of subjects, selection of variables, experimental design, criterion measures, reliability of data, reliability of instruments, testers' reliability, subjects' reliability, orientation to the subjects, training program, scheduling, test administration, collection of data, statistical techniques to be used, time schedule, references, everything should be in that methodology. The same order. How you are going to select the PCOS, whether college girls or middle-aged or aged or later childhood. So selection of subjects, you have to justify why you selected. I have selected 60, I have selected 45. That is not the point that you have to mention. Why you have selected the subjects. Sampling method, which type of sampling method you adopted to select the patients, to select the subjects. Selection processes, what is the selection process that you have to mention. And also selection of variables. You have to justify why you selected the variables, why you selected BMI, why you selected TSH. Like that, you have to give patients. Then you have to mention what experimental design, that there are so many experimental designs in experimental study. So many designs that we are going to see tomorrow. So experimental design, which type you are going to use. Criterion measures, what are all the dependent variables. These criterion measures is nothing but dependent variables. Tests to be conducted. What test? What are all the dependent variables? What are all the tests that you are going to conduct for that particular dependent variables? You have to mention. Then reliability of data. You have to ensure instrument reliability. Tester in competency. See, in these, you ought to do yourself. You can't tell, I appointed one trainer and he had given training, like that you should not tell. You have to be with the subjects throughout the training period. Subject reliability. Today 10, today 60, then tomorrow another 60. Like that and all you should not have. You should have reliability. Reliability of the test. Everything you have to mention in that reliability of data. What do you mean by reliability of instruments? Which instruments you are using for tested in lab, or whether it is in good condition, workable condition, name of the standard company, from where you bought. For example, a psychological questionnaire. Some questionnaires you can get in websites, an online questionnaire you can buy, or you have to get from known places, because psychological questionnaires won't be available in all villages or towns or cities. Mainly it will be available in Bangalore or Pune, like that and all. Selected cities only they will have psychology. I have taken in one small village, Vadipatti. Vadipatti, I have taken one psychological question from Vadipatti or Pallipalayam. How is it possible? So where you got the questionnaire? I got the questionnaire from Pune. I got the questionnaire from Bangalore. So like that, you have to mention questionnaire, which type of questionnaire. And also, when you go for PC, for example, you take stress questionnaire. Stress questionnaire, whether that questionnaire is applicable for college girls or middle-aged women or aged women, because questionnaire will be varied. Even though stress is the main concept, stress questionnaire may be different for later childhood, adults, adolescent girls, middle-aged women, aged women. Questions will be differed. Questionnaire will be differed. That also we are going to see in another class. And also testers reliability to be done yourself. You can't hire a person and you can't give training. Subjects reliability, same subjects you have to use, whether it is for 8 weeks or whether it is for 12 weeks or whether it is for 6 months. The same type of subjects you have to use. Orientation to the subject, what you are going to do, you have to explain them, inform the subjects, get their signature. Suppose if you are using children, you should not engage children maximum, because they will be in development stage. Normal development will be occur in children. So generally, only psychological research will be done on children. Other things, we won't use children. Even if you use children, you have to get permission from the parents. That is orientation to the subject. Training program. What training you are going to do? What type of yogic therapy you are going to give? What module you are going to give? What kind of sattvic diet you have to? Because sattvic diet, if you take, you can't feed all the subjects for 8 weeks or 12 weeks or 6 months. It is not possible. You can give instructions. You go, you avoid meat, red meat, you avoid chicken, you avoid eggs. Like that only you can give instructions. So everything should be in, whether it is in delimitation or limitation. It should be given in limitations. Understand? Don't forget. Scheduling. What is the duration, rest period, repetition, total duration, frequency, everything, intensity, density, volume, everything you have to tell. Test administration, how you have done the test, collection of data, statistical technique, what technique you are going to do. So this topic, what we are mentioning here, that you have to use ANACOVA and also post hoc test. Steffi's post hoc technique you have to use. So what kind of statistical technique you are giving? Time schedule. If it is 6 months or 12 weeks or 8 weeks, total completion, it will take for 12 weeks in general they will do. Then you have to mention 5 months I will complete, to 3 months for training, another 2 months for compiling everything, analyzing, interpreting, and submission. So everything will be in the 2 months. 3 months for training and 2 months for remaining works, and references you have to give. So all the above points you have to give in written. See, what are all you are going to, dissertation is in past tense you have to give. Proposal you are going to do now only, you are going to start. Don't forget, this is very important. And the references, 5 references you have to give at the end, after scheduling, after time schedule. What you have given the matters in your 9 to 11 pages, where you got the references. For example, PCOS, meaning of PCOS, from which book you got definition? Or obesity, which book you got definition? Diabetics, which book you got reference? Definition, meaning and definition. So like that, 5 references you have to, whether it is books or magazines or journals, unpublished papers, unpublished thesis, dissertations, unpublished manuscripts, technical report, internet websites, you have to give addresses. So the 5 references you have to give for proposal, minimum. Generally, it will be 5. At the maximum, 7 or 8 you can give. That's all. Here, another important point is how you have to submit this is mechanism of writing a research proposal. What I told hitherto is related to matters. How you have to present, that is known as mechanism of writing research proposal. It should be written in simple language in English. All should be in understandable. Avoid spelling and grammatical mistakes. You should not commit any mistakes, grammatical mistakes. At the maximum, there may be, when you submit your dissertation, at the maximum 1 or 2 mistakes can be possible, tolerable. If you have more mistakes, if you have more spelling mistakes, if you have more grammatical mistakes, they won't accept. They will resend. They will ask you to redo or change certain concepts. It will take another 6 months or 1 year. So you have to use A4 size bond paper, double spaced with Times New Roman, 12 font size. All letters should be 12 font size. Heading only, it can be 14 font size. You have to leave left margin should be 1.5 inches. There should not be anything it should be written. Gap you have to give left, at the left 1.5 inch gap should be there. Top and bottom and the right side, you should have 1 inch gap. You ought to give. Page numbers should be in Arabic, not in Roman letter. Placed at the right top corner of the page. When you use Arabic numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10, it should be spelled out in words. Below 10, that is 9. You should not write 9 in Arabic letter. N-I-N-E, like that you have to spell it out. The word percentage should be used if you mention the number in words. Avoid using the word I, we, me, it seems, maybe. You should not use these in your proposal. It should not be more than 27 lines in the page. 9 to 11 page, I told you, each page should have at the maximum, and normally it should be around 27 lines in the page. Then finally you have to use soft binding. All the 9 to 11 pages you collect it. Then finally you have to use soft binding. Use this chart paper, not hard copy. You should not give hard copy. That is only for dissertation. So these are all the things that you have to keep it in your mind when you go for these research proposals. Now you can ask if you have any doubt. So already I told you it is very, very important concept. Everything should be in future tense. That is the important thing that you have to keep it in your mind. If you have any doubt, you can ask.
Hello, sir. You told that told that review should be only in 15 to 20 lines. So we should review.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Very nice.
Wait.
We should.
I will give answer to him.
Sir, we should give only 2 points for review of study. You told.
No. The whole dissertation of previous study, you have the whole dissertation of someone. If you are doing now PhD, you think like that, and your seniors might have done, and they might have got PhD. If in the same line you can use their dissertation, not all dissertations, all 200 pages or 200 pages or 250 pages, 300 pages, you can't bring it into that fold. You have to concise. You have to minimize everything into 20 lines and you have to submit. That is one review. Like that, you have to give in the proposal 2 reviews.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, thank you. But sir, I have seen in the research proposal there are more than 2 reviews. Some gives someone gives 5, 7, 10. So is it okay or not?
No, that is too much.
Okay, so 2 is
That
perfect.
is too much. See, dissertation, you can, I told, up to 80 reviews you have to give. Because
Okay.
it is proposal only. It should be minimum it should have. They can't read the whole book like that. 200 pages you can't give proposal, or 100 pages like that. See, only 9 to 10 pages, and they will see to that, and they will come to the conclusion that it is good. Then they will ask you to go ahead. You proceed like that.
Okay, okay.
And
sir,
the same thing for synopsis also. Synopsis, when will you submit synopsis? Before submitting your dissertation. Synopsis also should not have like 50 pages or 100 pages like that. It should be around 9 to 11. That also like proposal.
Yes, sir. And yes, I wanted to know actually about synopsis only, about the review of study. So
Review enough, too enough.
Okay, okay. And sir,
But
also
it should be relevant to your topic. Relevant
yes,
to your independent variables, relevant to your dependent variables, relevant to your controlled variables. You select like that.
Yes, sir.
Because they know very well. They, like me, many of them would be having experience in this dissertation research works. They understand.
Okay.
No need to give too much.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Great presentation, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello,
We
sir.
are for promoting yoga, Tell me.
Hello, sir. You said that 80 references are to be given for PhD. Is this like a standard rule that?
No. It is not a standard thing. We expect like that. It is not a standard rule that 80 definitely should be there. Suppose if it is explanatory research, for example, if they are going to do on coronaviruses or COVID-19 pandemic related topic, how it is a new thing,
They won't be
you can't have 80 reviews.
Right. No, for experimental, sir. For experimental. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Excellent presentation. Very nice points you touched for us.
So what is the main difference between descriptive and experimental? In descriptive or experimental, 4th chapter, that is results and discussions will be varied. In descriptive research, we will give criticism. Whereas in experimental study, we used to give these statistical reports. That we come under, that is known as results and discussions. Only that much. Remaining things more or less same in descriptive, and hypothesis won't be there in descriptive. So in experimental, we will expect everything what I told now.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. So thank you very much. We will meet again tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very nice.
Very much,
presentation,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
வாழ்க வளமுடன். வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
Thank you, sir.
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
Thank you, sir. வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
வாழ்க
Thanks
வளமுடன்.
a lot for everything.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hari Om Tat Sat.